in what has been so far a runaway game. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George. George still out there with Ellis. Then there's Allen. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. The drive by Hill. There's a screen. Here's George. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. George has got 9 points.
And the Raptor franchise record for home wins is 30, set back in 07. You get the feeling with the way the crowd gets into it, that record won't stand much longer.
Lowry against Hill. Takes the 13-footer.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Some changes for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. And it's C.J. Miles in for Paul George. And the basket by Hill.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Here's Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Patterson's got 7 points. Pacers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Pass to Ellis. Pick up by Hill. From deep, Miles. They grab their own miss. Hill, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Ellis kicks to Miles. Wide open shot is on the money. Miles has got his second bucket. The Raptors have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. And Lowry gets it to go.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Ellis against DeRozan. The drive by Ellis. Hill has the open look. Again, missing Hill. The Raptors have gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. And he gets it to go. Carroll's got 10 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury, came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. Ross comes in for DeMar Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
The Pacers making a change here. Robinson's checked in. Here's Miles. And he gets it to go. Miles has got 4 points in the quarter.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Here's Hill. He has 6. Now Miles. And all around the rim 10 that time before dropping in. Miles has got 8. And here is Joseph. He's got 6. Screened by Valanciunas. Scola against Hill. And that one's good.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Pick up by Hill. Hill passes to Miles. Mahimi kicks to Robinson. Indiana moving it around. Hill. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pulls up from the corner, and he gets the bucket. And it's 9 points now for Terrence Ross.
They're spraying them home from mid-range today, guys.
Finding the gaps in the defense and really just slicing and dicing them right now.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
And Toronto making a change here. Powell's checked in, and a change for the Pacers. Stuckey's checked in, and that is good. That's now 8 points for Joseph.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Here is Miles. He's guarded by Ross. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hill drives in over Valanciunas, and the basket by Hill. Hill's got 8 points. As for those dry spells you mentioned about the Pacers, GA, they had a number of long losing streaks last season.
Yeah, as a team, they had 4 different losing streaks of 6 or more games, and they got hot at the end. Season-high win streak of 6 to stay playoff relevant. It was just too little, too late compared to their losing streaks earlier in the year.
That's good.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
In the corner, Miles with it. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Miles has got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Deflects the pass. Stuckey with it. He's got 10. Miles dishes to Mahimi. The shot misses. Nice D from Valanciunas. Toronto's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. And the shot is good. Scola's got his second bucket.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Stuckey outside. Hill up top. 8 points for him. Second chance shot. The shot by Mahimi, no good. Clark, one thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And you love to see that, Kevin. I mean, I love watching unselfish play, and I know Greg enjoys that too.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Oh, and here comes Joseph all alone.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
52 seconds left to play in the third. Here is Miles. He's guarded by Ross. Indiana again missing. Toronto's gotten all 4 of the 3-point shots to go down since halftime. They're lighting it up here.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Yeah, something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Hill, no good.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
They're doing well overall, but the turnovers have been the exception.
Yeah, it has been, and they've been able to overcome the carelessness to this point, but I'm sure the coaching staff wants that to get cleaned up right now.
Pick up by Hill, and George kicks to Hill. Will it go? Offline.